Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Peter. In today's video I'll show you 3 different ways of tuning your brand new FX Impact M4. One question around tuning that just keeps emerging is, can you please share your tune? But what you really should be asking is, what type of barrel are you using? How long is your barrel? Are you using a pellet probe or a pin probe? What kind of transfer port are you using? Are you using the standard hammer spring? How heavy is your hammer weight? Did you switch your valve return spring? The combinations of what I just mentioned here adds up to 768 different configurations, and they all need different kinds of tuning. So instead of asking around about people's tune, I'll show you how to do the tuning yourself. Before you start the tuning, there are a few things that you need to consider. First thing is, do you want to shoot pellets or slugs? Because I'm mainly shooting slugs, this will be my focus in this video. And next up is the velocity. If you have absolutely no clue about which velocity to choose, there are a few options. One is that you can browse around YouTube for the answer. It's very likely to find it here. And the next one is to go online and visit one of the Counters forums that you can find, for instance, on Facebook. You can also find the right velocity yourself. The way that I do it when I'm testing a new slug is to start relatively low, like at 880 feet per second, and then work myself up, and with some slugs even way past 1000 feet per second. For this, of course, you need a chronograph. The one that I'm using is the first version of the pocket chrono from FX, and it has never let me down. One thing I want to talk about before we start the tuning process is the quick tune system and the power wheel. If you look at the quick tune system, you'll see that there are numbers from 1 to 5, and they are an indication of how much tension is on your hammer spring. When you turn the power wheel, you can see that there are numbers from 1 to 16. It doesn't allow you to access the full range of the quick tune system. So if you have your power wheel on 1 and the quick tune system is still at 2, but you want to turn it down even further, you have to use this small dial on the quick tune system. And the same goes for the upper part of the scale. So if you have your power wheel at 16 and your quick tune system is at 4, but you want to access closer to 5, all you have to do is to turn the little knob on the quick tune system. This means that if you, for instance, have your power wheel on 8, you can actually access the full range of the quick tune system without touching the power wheel. But notice this, that if people are trying to share a tune with you and they mention the power wheel is on 8, just bear in mind that the 8 that you have on your gun is not necessarily the same that I have on my gun, because I have been working this little knob on the quick tune system. So just one thing to think about before you start tuning. One more thing I want to mention is when you turn the small knot on your quick tune system, the velocity changes between 2 and 3 feet per second, and when you dial the power wheel, the difference in velocity should be between 5 and 7 feet per second. Now I'm ready to start the tuning, and I'm hitting it off with the easy tune. But before I start the tuning, I just want to tell you about the setup of my gun. It is of course a 177, and it has the 700mm heavy liner. It has the standard transfer port. I'm using the slug port, and I'm using a 7-gram hammer weight. The standard one is 6 grams, but you can buy a heavier hammer if you feel like it. It's not all that necessary in this setup, but yeah. Anyway, that's what I've chosen to put on mine. Then I have the dual bottle adapter from Saber Tactical, and I have 2 480cc 300 bar bottles on it. I'm using the Accutech bipod and a moderator from Humair. I'm using the Gen 2 segment gauges for fill pressure and for the regulator. Because my previous single shot loader didn't work as I anticipated, I switched it for this single shot loader from Calm magazine, and it's a direct fit and it works so well. But let's start out, and the first thing we want to do here on the Easy Tune is to find out what is the maximum velocity of the gun as it is. And to find out, we just start shooting and then turn up the power wheel until the velocity levels out. What we're looking for is a maximum velocity that is at least 25 feet per second faster than the desired velocity. And by desired velocity, I mean the velocity that we're aiming for shooting after we've done tuning the gun. So let's start out, of course, by turning on the chrono. And for this test, I'm using the 15 grainers from NSA. I usually use the 16 grainers from SAN, but typically I ran out. But yeah, anyway, let's find the maximum velocity at this setting. I have the regulator at 110 bar.
939.
So that's a bit low. I would believe that we are aiming for a desired velocity of around 975, so we should at least go past 1,000 feet per second. I gave it just another click here on the power wheel.
958.
You can see that we're climbing. I'll give it 2 clicks now. It's just to see what the maximum velocity is.
986.
2 more. And before we start doing this, we want to release the front valve as maybe not as far as we can, but perhaps close to the 4th line.
1004.
Okay, so the velocity is definitely there for the desired velocity that we're looking for, but I'll give it 1 more click.
1014.
I don't know if you could hear the difference from the shot before. It gave this more distinct sound, so this tells me that the hammer is all about at the top, or it's close to getting the full potential of the regulator setting that we have.
1018.
It keeps climbing. 1018. I couldn't imagine it getting higher than this.
1014.
So now you can see that the velocity is starting to drop again. So we know that our max velocity with this regulator setting is 1018. So that's perfect for the desired velocity at 975 that we're aiming for. So what we'll do now is to turn down the power wheel again until we hit the velocity around these 975, and I don't exactly remember where it was, but I'm turning it like 6 clicks down to see.
979.
That was pretty close. What you need to consider in a tuning situation is that when you have just adjusted either the power wheel, the quick tune system, or the front valve adjuster, you're putting some tension or releasing some tension from some springs. So what you need to do is to take a few shots before you start adjusting again. So if you see some tiny clips here, it's because I've cut out all these extra shots. So yeah, just so that you know, it was 979 we were at.
979.
Okay, so it's pretty consistent. So now we want to drop to 975-ish. So I'll give it, say, 2 clicks down on the quick tune system.
970.
That was too much, so one click up again. Okay, so that will do. So that is basically it for the easy tune. So what we're doing is just to find the right velocity based on the pressure on the regulator and on the hammer spring. We're taking the front valve adjuster completely out of the equation for this one, so just way out so that it doesn't restrict the travel of the valve in any way. So that's basically it for the easy tune. Now let's see if there's any accuracy in this tune. I hit a velocity around 974, but I'll have to make some adjustments because I'm shooting at 100 meters and 174 might not be the right distance. Might not be the right velocity, because change in temperature, air pressure, and so on will have an effect on how fast your slug needs to go. So if for some reason the velocity is different from the 974, you'll know that's why. But anyway, let's see if I can actually make a 5-shot group here at 100 meters. That was a good start. I can't really see if they're all on paper, but if they are, that is probably one of my best groups ever. So yeah, let's check it out. The average velocity was 987 and it had a spread of 9. So yeah, let's check it out. Yeah, so it looks like there are two in the same hole. So that's a pretty good group. Let's measure it up with one hand here. That is a 2.1 centimeter group right there. So yeah, that's a good way to start the day. Okay, let's draw a conclusion to the easy tune, and well, as the name implies, it is a very easy tune. You saw me how fast I did the tuning, and you saw that the accuracy was right there. So yeah, very good. Of course, I had to fiddle a little bit with the velocity, and after doing that, I seem to remember that the 15 grains NSA likes to be shot at a higher velocity. One question that you might have in terms of the maximum velocity, I completely forgot to mention that. if your velocity is not high enough when thinking about the desired velocity that you're looking for, you have to turn the regulator up, and if your velocity is too high, you have to turn the regulator down. So yeah, I hope it makes sense. So good things about the Easy Tune for sure. So let's move on to the next one. The next tune I like to call the standard tune, and it is not much different from the Easy Tune, so that's a good thing. We know that our maximum velocity with this regulator setting at 110 is just short of 1020 feet per second, and with the velocity that we shot on the Easy Tune with an average of I think it was 987. We know that 15 grainers from NSA like a bit more velocity than what we tuned for in the Easy Tune. So the good thing is that we'll leave the gun exactly as it is. The only difference between the Easy Tune and the standard tune is that now we're starting to use the front valve adjuster. One of the downsides to the Easy Tune I forgot to mention is that when we have released the front valve adjuster completely, the valve stays open for longer, and this increases our air consumption. So, and on top of that, it also gives a bigger spread. So what we'll do now is to reduce and turn in the front valve adjuster until the velocity starts to drop, and then we'll release it just a little bit, just enough not to restrict the velocity, but anyway enough to restrict the opening of the valve to reduce our air consumption and hopefully to lower the spread. And on top of that, it should give the gun some better harmonics. But yeah, let's start out. We'll start by turning in the adjuster by quite a bit. So say maybe almost one full turn, and that's a lot when talking about the M4, because the front valve adjuster is extremely sensitive. That was too much. You could hear our velocity drop by quite a lot, so we'll turn it out by a quarter of a turn. Quarter of a turn again. The front valve adjuster must have been closer to to the ideal position for the standard tune than I expected.
977.
Okay, so now we're actually closing in. So now I'll release it by like 5 minutes of a turn. We want it to be pretty close, so that it just stays clear of reducing the velocity.
979.
Perhaps a bit more. Another 5 minutes. Okay, it seems like that's the place. So I'll just increase the velocity by just a little bit. Okay, so that was too much. I'll turn it down by one click on the quick tune system. We should be in the mid 980s.
986.
Okay, that's pretty close to the mid 980s. So yeah, let's see if we can actually hit anything at with this tune. The front valve adjuster is just where it needs to be, so the valve is not staying open too long. But But yeah, let's see if it works. I will say that there is a bit of a group to beat in 2.1 centimeter. I kind of hope that the group would have been bigger so that I could keep getting smarter during this process of tuning. But yeah, anyway, it's just a good thing that the gun is accurate. So yeah, let's test it. That was a good group, and as you can see, the average velocity was about the same as with the Easy Tune. It's 986, but as I said, with this way of tuning, the spread goes down from 9, and in this case it was down to 4. So yeah, let's go and check out the group. Me making fat man sounds. Okay, Captain America's been torn apart now. The group looked like this, and it is a 2.7 centimeter group. I had hoped that it would have been better than the one I produced on the Easy Tune, but anyway, I don't want to show you like the best out of 10 groups. This is reality. This is what you can expect right out of the box with this tune. If I kept on shooting like 10 groups or something, I'm sure that it will be better than this, and maybe even better than the one on the Easy Tune. But that was the result. Conclusion of the standard tune is that it is still very easy to obtain. You can see how easy it was for me. The only thing that you have to keep in mind at all times when shooting is that because somebody says that they are shooting at pinpoint accuracy at a certain velocity, it doesn't necessarily apply to you, because there are so many factors to take into consideration. Like I said before, temperature, air pressure, altitude is definitely also one of them. So you'll have to prepare yourself for there is a certain range, velocity range that you can be inside, and for me, I simply forgot, because it's been a while since I shot the 15 grainers from NSA, that they actually like to be shot pretty fast. So that was the standard tune. Let's move on. This next and final tune that I will show you today is what I'll call the advanced tune. For this one, you need to have the maximum velocity at least 30 feet per second faster than your desired velocity. So we're just past that, because the maximum velocity is just short of 1020, and we're looking for a desired velocity of around 985 again. The way that this works is that you start by releasing the front valve. Remember that we were on the standard tune, so now we don't want to be restricted by the front valve adjuster in any way in the beginning. And now we want to adjust the hammer to find the velocity that is around 15 feet per second faster, or maybe between 10 and 15 feet per second faster than our desired velocity. And let's start out by doing that. So we're looking for a velocity just around 1,000 feet per second. It has started to rain, so not that it affects you guys sitting there all warm and having fun, me being out here in the woods working my ass off for you. Just kidding. I enjoy being here. These are beautiful surroundings. Okay, turning up the power wheel, just dry firing one, and then looking for a velocity around 1,000 feet per second.
1,000.
That was easy. But as I said in the beginning, springs have to settle. So I'll just take one more. I'm not that good.
997.
Well, maybe I am. So now what we'll do is to start using the front valve adjuster to reduce the velocity, and actually from now on we're not touching nor the power wheel or the quick tune system. We're only adjusting the velocity by using the front valve adjuster. Remembering, if you have seen my tuning video of the M3, this is the exact way that I recommend for the M3, but with the M4, not me making excuses, but the front valve adjuster is so sensitive, so it is extremely difficult to hit the to control the velocity using this. But anyway, I'll try to see if I can make it work. The front valve adjuster has been released by quite a bit, so I will turn it in by say just past a quarter of a turn. And remember, we are looking for a velocity at around 985.
974.
That was too much, so I'll release it just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Looking at it like this, it seems like it's very easy to control. But these turns that I'm making on the front valve right now is just like 2 or 3 minutes of a turn.
988.
Okay, so that was just a bit too much. I think I'll take one more just for the valve return spring to adjust.
984.
Might have been a good idea. We do have to expect just a little bit of spread, no matter how we tune the gun. Tuning the gun to a spread of nothing, like consistently, is nothing that I have ever experienced. I've shot strings.
988.
I've shot strings with no spread at all, but it's not common to do all the time. We're now between 984 and now 988, so I think that's exactly the average of what we were shooting on the easy and the standard tune. So let's see if we can hit anything with this tune. That was fast.
986. 986. 86.
Not too bad. Let's check it out. So this is a bit of a different story, sadly. The group that you just saw me shooting was this, and you might say that it's not as good as the other ones, but you'll be perfectly right, because it is a 4 centimeter group. I shot quite a few groups, well, not quite a few, I shot 3, attempted 4. Let's see, this one, there are 4 shots, and the 5th must have gone below the target, but these 4 are within like 3 centimeters. And this last one, it is a 5-shot disaster. So you might want to ask, why does he want to show these groups, and why doesn't he always show super groups when he's tuning? The thing is, with the M3, the advanced way of tuning is the way to go. I would never do anything else if I still had my M3, but with this one and the front valve being so sensitive, it is so difficult to control. And what you've just seen me doing is what I have done quite a few times now with the M4. I have shot some super groups below 2 centimeters with this tune, but it just seems to be inconsistent in a way, and I can't figure out why that is. Because when I have tuned it like this and shot some super groups, then taking a break of 10 minutes, the groups will fall completely apart, and I have no explanation for it. So yeah, I just wanted to show you so that you don't think that the way of tuning the M3 is the same as the M4. It might have been that there is some issue with my gun, but I mean, shooting these super groups with the two other tunes, the easy and the standard tune, it seems like it's actually working pretty well anyway. So if I am to guess what could be wrong, it could be one, there's an idiot behind the gun. That's very unlikely, or maybe not, but anyway, and it could be the wrong velocity. I've tested so many different velocities, so I kind of doubt that, because the story is the same. When I tune it like this, this is what it does. Those are my guesses of why the advanced tune is maybe not the best choice for the M4. So let's draw a conclusion. Now it's time to draw a conclusion between the different methods of tuning. But before we start that, you are very welcome to ask questions in the comment section below, but make sure to watch the entire video before doing so. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button right down there in the corner. Looking at the results from these 3 different ways of tuning, I could go for the best accuracy found in the easy tune. But looking at the spread of 9, this is what makes me choose the standard way of tuning instead, because there I had a spread of, I think it was 4 or 5. I'll write it here, what it actually was, and the accuracy was not as good. But just shooting 1, 2, 3 groups and then deciding which one is the best is not the way to do it. Work with your way of tuning over time, over perhaps a couple of weeks, not only the tuning, but also in particular the velocity. So with the lower spread, I would choose the standard way of tuning. talking about the advanced way of tuning, that's better for the M3 with the front valve adjuster that's not so sensitive. So standard tune in the M4. There is something about slow and low that you probably will avoid, at least I did in the M3 when tuning in the advanced way. Tuning standard, you will have slow and low in the first attempt, but the way to get rid of that is the hillbilly version, taking a few dry shots first and you're ready to go. That's about it for this video. I hope you learned something along the way. It might be common knowledge for many of you, but it might be new knowledge for others. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, take care and shoot safe.